Now that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is out in theaters around the world, a lot of fans have been very curious and intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie was the foundation to create new Star Wars lore, as director J.J. Abrams stated before in the past that this movie really was a setup to new Star Wars legends of the Jedi and the Sith and more around that. Everything related to the Sith Eternal, to of course the Jedi books that Rey studies in The Rise of Skywalker that you did get to learn more about in the visual dictionary of this movie. Now, beyond everything here, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm went through various different changes and adjustments for the reshoots and the rewrites of Episode 9. It was very unfortunate because a lot of scenes were deleted in the process. In fact, the initial cut of Episode 9, in case you guys did not know, stood around 4 hours and 20-something minutes long in length, and that really was quite a different version of the movie. And even Chris Terrio and J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy were in a moment of negotiations on whether or not they should split the movie into two parts, but that idea was shot down by of course, Disney CEO Bob Iger, and even, everything related to it in that sense. To me, I think it would have been better off to split it up into two films, or at the very least, maybe have delayed the movie until May of 2020 this year. So with that being said, what's rather intriguing about Episode 9 is, of course, all the different changes, and now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently focused on the future of the Star Wars franchise after releasing The Rise of Skywalker, they are currently developing their brand new Star Wars universe that is all set and ready to evolve the franchise into something new for the Star Wars community. Many fans have been wondering about what could have been before Episode 9's reshoots and rewrites of the movie by Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, during the months of August, September, and October is when many rewrites were done to the film, as well as reshoots that led to a series of deleted scenes for the movie, and that many of this had to do with Kathleen Kennedy wanting a different story outline for the film. This massive change led to a series of cancelled scenes that involved Palpatine and even Anakin Skywalker, portrayed by Hayden Christensen, where many of the Anakin scenes were originally going to play a major role into one of the meanings of the official title of the film. It's noted that originally the title was going to have 3 different meanings, which was reduced down to 2, where Lucasfilm originally intended for Anakin to be a part of the meaning of the title of his return in helping Rey primarily in the Prime Jedi Temple and in Palpatine's throne room on Exegol. The scenes that Hayden Christensen partially shot were cancelled and are said to not be making their way over to the Blu-ray edition of the movie, since they were not 100% complete for the most part, since they cancelled the scenes during the reshoots. However, they were nearly complete at one point in time. This was said to actually be a big part of the film before Hayden's scenes were cancelled, as well as Matt Smith's for the Dark Acolyte villain in the movie. Now, in case you guys did not know, currently for the final version of Episode 9, there are 2 different meanings of the movie. We have where Rey is actually Rey Skywalker, The Rise of Skywalker, and we have where Ben Solo is climbing out of the pit, where he is rising out of the pit as, of course, the last Skywalker saving Rey. So those are your 2 meanings for Episode 9's title right then and there. But originally there was going to be another meaning, and that was all going to be centered on the character of Anakin Skywalker helping out both Rey and even Ben Solo inside of Palpatine's throne room on Exegol, and even inside of the Prime Jedi Temple for Rey at one point in time in the second act of the movie. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, Anakin is everything. Anakin is the very center of Star Wars, and it really mind-boggles me as to why they initially planned to have Anakin in the film, and then they reverted to only having him as a disembodied voice. That, to me, I think was a big mistake, and I think it's something that really kind of just puts Anakin to the wayside. It almost comes off like Disney and Lucasfilm don't really care about the character per se, and it's just like another character to them. To me, at least, to a lot of Star Wars fans. Anakin is the chosen one. Anakin is the Skywalker that really started it all, obviously, because he becomes Darth Vader. He creates the conflict throughout the entire galaxy. He becomes a legend. The sun saves him. He redeems him. And it's a very interesting story. That's what I love so much about the original trilogy, and even partially of the prequel trilogy. So the sequels, that's what was missing, is that That's why it felt like there was a presence missing from The Rise of Skywalkers, because so many deleted scenes were, done throughout production. So many scenes were actually taken out of the initial cut of Episode 9 when they were rewriting the film and pretty much, reshooting elements of this movie. It really does make you wonder what could have been and what the movie would have been like if they just left it untouched, or if they just kind of, wanted to stick with what they originally wanted to do before the late summer of 2019 into the fall of 2019. So with that being said, guys, and like I say, I love the character of Anakin. I respect Hayden as an actor. Say what you will about him in the prequels, but he had his moments of greatness in Revenge of the Sith, and I gotta say, I mean, he really would have done a great job regardless. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.